So in this video, we will learn about how to add destinations, what type of destinations we can add. So jumping on to the demo and not talking about theory only. So let's add destination. Destination can be of four types: SNS topic, SQS queue, lambda function, and event bus. So destinations are added to send messages from or send messages from lambda function to other AWS resources. So I'll go with the SQS queue. um, I don't have any SQS created right now for this demo, so I'll go to my service, search for SQS, and go to my simple queuing service, and I'll create queue. So I'll create, if you guys, before creating, if you guys notice here, there are two conditions, on failure and on success. So whenever a lambda function runs, there are two chances of execution. One is it returns success, another is failure. So we can attach different SQS on both of these conditions. So I'll go with success first. So I'll be creating um, as an SQS queue for success destination. SQS success. So I'll keep everything as default. If you guys want to know more about how and what all is there for creating SQS, I have created a separate video or a playlist or tutorial for that. You guys can check out that. So my list for failure is done. I'll create one more queue for failure. Lambda SQS failure, and again we'll keep everything as default. Now I have two queues, one for handling success and one for failure. Now I'll go back to the previous screen to attach my SQS as destination for handling success type of queue. uh, uh, Explaining about this message, when we'll save it, it will the AWS will create the apt permission, add the apt permission to our execution role of lambda. So that would save actually a lot of time of ours. So done. I'll go now. On success condition, I have added a destination. Now I'll go to the failure one, and I'll choose the SQS queue, and I'll choose this failure queue we have just created, and done. Now the permissions, let's go on to the permission section and check out whether our lambda execution rule has app permission for sending the message to the queue. Let's check out. We don't actually. All resources. So okay, our queue is this. I'll refresh it, and I'll go to the so we can see that my lambda, the execution role of this lambda function has add permission for sending message on this queue and this queue which we want. So that's it. Coming on to the definition of our lambda function, it is pretty simple. We are just sending a message called hello world with status code 200. So I'll also in the previous video we have seen how we can integrate S3 with lambda. So we are using that integration only. So I'll be using S3 to upload my image, and that will send cell trigger my lambda function, and that will trigger SQS queue. So we'll go to my S3 and check out if yes, this is the S3 I'm using to trigger my lambda application. I'll go and delete this. I'll be using this file only to re-upload it, because this is of 1 KB only, and we'll save my So this is done. I'll go and check out if I have received any message or not. I'll refresh it, and on success I have received a message. I can go click on send and receive the messages and poll for my message and check out my message. So this is what we have done on condition success. Now let's go and test the second SQS which we have set for receiving the failure messages. So I'll go to my lambda function and raise the exception to throw exception that something went wrong. Now this will throw a failure. I'll save it. Now again I'll go to my S3. We'll delete it. Upload the file again. Next, and if you can see, it is 100% successful in uploading my file. I'll go to my queues again and will wait for my. Yes, we have received one message in my failure queue. So this way we can send data or messages to our queues on both the condition, failure and success. So this is how we set up destinations with on our lambda function. One more, yeah. So that's all. The thing which I was thinking of explaining, I would explain in coming videos. So this is all.